Yeah, talk again.
If I have a draft pull request,
Yeah.
even if I have draft pull request, should I inform you when I close it? Or
you can't speak to the screen. You have to speak to the mic. No, you don't need to. You can just wave your face. It's like, look at this. This is Zaki.
Okay. Yeah. So draft PRs. That much I understood. So what happens after a draft PR? Well, the draft PR is a draft PR because it's not supposed to be merged, right? But at one point, a draft PR will probably transition into being like a real PR. So you don't delete the branch when you finish with the draft. You turn the draft into a real PR.
Okay, but sometimes I open a draft pull request, and then I find out it's totally wrong. So I have just to delete it and start again.
I'm not sure I understand. So if you abandon a draft PR,
what?
Is it if you abandon a draft PR, if you figure out this was not the way to go?
Amir, you will close the draft PR. When you say delete, you're not deleting it. You're closing it. What I said in the beginning, if you merge or you close, you delete the branch.
Okay, but you said if you delete the branch, I should inform you that branch is deleted.
No, PR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're closing a PR, you must have a reason. I don't need you to inform me. I need you to comment on the PR.
Yeah.
Why are you closing it? It's because it's already fixed? Or is it because you're going to open a new one? So we can follow up, so everybody knows.
Okay.
If Suat is waiting for your PR and you close it, she's lost. What happened?
Yeah.
Did he quit?
Yeah.
Is it going to open a new one? Is it already solved? So you just comment. If you merge or close, delete the branch.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have a draft, you can only do from a draft to a real PR, or close that PR.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you close, you delete.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. When we merge the PR, so that means we get or we have two copies that one was what we have already working on or we are working on, and then after we merge, so we have two copies. One in my branch and the other in the main branch. Is it right? Or
Did you understand that, Zaki?
Not at all. I think you have to repeat questions.
can we put it in the
Yeah, we can put it in the beginning.
so everyone
Again,
I mean, when we merge PR.
please signal if you're not listening, if you can't hear him, Zaki, okay? Interrupt, please. Yeah.
When we make PR, does it mean that we have two copies, one in the my branch and
I still can hardly hear it.
that's problem. I mean, when we have is it fine now?
Maybe just post the question on Slack instead.
You're very shy. You're very shy today. Maybe it's because your question is uncomfortable for you, but just shout to the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, when we make the PR,
Yes.
does it mean that we have two copies? One it's already it's mean, and the other it's moved to mean. I understood this question. I able to. So you're asking if you open a new plan, and you want to merge it to develop plan. In that case, you think that you have two copies. One in that plan that's for test plan and develop plan. But when you make merge, the test plan will be same as develop plan. So it's just one copy after you merge it. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the same.
You have a branch. A branch has a piece of your code, right? It's your code.
Yeah.
When you merge it, that code becomes part of develop. It's not a branch. It's the code that you have on that branch/PR that becomes part of develop. So you will still have your code locally, and you will have your code on the PR, and then you delete the one on the repo. Does that make sense?
In my local.
And your local machine, you can also delete it. It doesn't matter.
I always delete it.
You have all the history on it. So you don't. Maybe it will be another challenge to find it, but you will be able to find it.
I think we have two copies, but your copy is already there, so you don't need another copy.
That's why you delete it.
Okay, but we have to move on. We can take that in the break again, because it's not a big deal, and right now we have to focus on the project.
Yes.
Mohammed, are you recording?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So now I would. Is anybody wants to say something that they've been feeling uncomfortable with in the project, or should we start with reviewing and doing the demos?
About this page where you put the
Yes. The start page. Yeah.
the start page. You're gonna work on project on 2 days for like this. So I try to.
Can you open that on your mobile phone?
See?
Or just change the settings on the browser? How does it look?
Here is look.
Can you share?
In my phone, it's not so good. But when I try with the browser here.
Yeah.
So if you work full page, so we can adjust for any page.
Yeah.
Okay. This
I'm going to answer that in a very short way. We can't focus on those small details and not deploy the game. What do you prefer, to have the game or to have one page adjusted?
The game.
Okay, so yeah. And some pages will look different, but we can check that afterwards. Yeah, we can do the cosmetic afterwards, or else we're a little bit late. We have all the pieces figured out, and of course we'll have bugs, but but that's a non-priority. That's a good to have. Okay, and then let's look at the list of
Then we need to work. Any more frustration?
no, we need to, first we have 10 PRs that have to be closed. Does anybody wants to demo something that you consider that is important for the group? Or can we start reviewing PRs?
And I didn't make progress for my task because
That was not, I'm sorry, Amir, I have to be very sharp. That was not the question. The question is, do you want to demo anything right now that you've done? No. Okay, let's start to do the reviews of the PRs. And on the break, you can just, or meanwhile, you can just make your pull request. Okay?
yeah, but it's not correct. I mean, I didn't solve the case of right now.
Yeah, but you can just open it as a draft, and then we'll try to check your code. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Swati, should we start with yours? Okay. Can you grab the? Okay, we have both from.
In the chat. Okay.
Mute yourself. Okay. Then can you share your screen and please, when you start, just say what's your task and do the small introduction, and then let's hear it. Can you guys follow at home? Is the sound better? Is it still confusing?
Can you see my screen?
It's better. I can hear well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you see my screen, guys? Oh, yeah. So my task is I have worked with 3 tables: users table, roles table, and user roles table. So I have to insert.
And so, sorry, could we have Swati connect with the microphone and Daniel mute his microphone?
Yeah, your microphone and see open.
Can you tell me how better is that?
I think it's the same, isn't it? Try to say something again.
So let's move the microphone towards me. Is it okay?
Okay, let's just try to continue. It's not great, but Daniel, I think big part of the problem with acoustics is just the problem that the acoustics in the room is so bad. So
Talk close to the microphone.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to insert. I open. Okay, we have three tables: users, roles, and user roles. So I have to insert a row inside users as well as users role. So that's my task. Okay, so these three tables: user roles, and users. So when I try to insert data, it just shows I'm just not able to insert data. I don't know what I've been trying to insert, but still that means I'm not able to insert inside. So I can show you what error I've got. Can you see my screen?
yeah, I still see your screen, but the audio is a big problem.
Sorry?
I'll just take the problem.
Then you close there your so
Okay. So this, I'm not able to see. I'm not able to see the row inserted inside my DB. So that's the problem. Inserted in the table, inside the tables in my DB.
But you're not inserting.
Sorry? No, this is independent of the seeds, right? Because I'm just performing an insert from the UI, Swagger UI. So I don't have to check the seeds.
So that's the point. Because just
Yeah, you
like
should-
now, you're not
You should be sorry. You should be
Yeah.
able to see database like the schema changes. So if you go to the database admin and you've made a migration, that should work. You should be able to see the schema. But of course, there's no data if you don't have seeds. What was the migration that you did? What was the field you were adding or whatever you're adding?
Okay, so I'm adding the full. Can you see the table structure? Yeah. So, for example, let's take users. I
Yeah.
have to insert inside users. So I have to add ID, avatar ID, UID, name, email, everything.
Okay.
So I don't have to add the ID created at, updated at, and deleted at because it's just going to automatically populate from the code.
Mm-hmm.
So I just added avatar ID, UID, name, and email. So I just have to add these 4 fields. So when it's going to insert it inside the table, the ID will be automatically taken because it's already set to auto increment. The created, updated at, and deleted at also is going to be from the system time.
So are you writing a migration that's creating this table, or are you writing a migration that's adding fields to the existing table? Let me just see the migration that you have.
Okay, but this is the endpoint that I'm talking about.
Oh, the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. Okay.
Sorry, I should have told it clearly. So the tables are created.
Yeah.
So that's done. So that's done last week. So I'm just trying. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was strange that you were creating the users table now because I thought we had that a while ago.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So the endpoint. Yeah. Okay.
First, I'll go to the controllers so that you can see what I've written. The insert there.
Mm-hmm. If you maybe zoom out, we can see more of the code at this. Oh, maybe that's not good for this projector. Maybe it's fine like this then. Yeah, so that's to insert a user.
Yes.
But reading a user showing a user, does that work?
That was I think somebody else was doing that. I think all
okay.
Yeah. So I think.
Okay, so your task is just to insert a user.
Insert, yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. And what happens when you try to do it?
Sorry? Avatar table? No. I just have it created and seeds has to be. Okay.
The third person.
Okay. So can you see here on line 6 that I have a foreign avatar ID,
Yeah.
Zaki?
Yeah.
So there is nothing inside the avatar table now. You see, it's no data has been put inside that.
Okay. Yeah, so you cannot reference it because you actually need an avatar to be existing in that table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So in that case, just go in your database manager and then just like create it directly from there. So to go in MySQL Workbench.
Yeah. Okay.
And go to the avatars table and just create something fake in there, just so you can test your stuff, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Okay. I'll just do this one. Okay. Insert into avatars. Image URL.
okay, looks like you've done something like that already.
Yeah, but I've not executed it. I just have the query with me. So I can run it now. Okay, it shows the rows
So
affected.
it's running. So just check that it's actually inserted. Maybe it's because you're running everything, not just a single line. Yeah. Okay. So that probably looks fine. So you have an idea of one. Now you can go and test your great user.
My Swagger, right?
Yeah. And there was one already. Successful. Now go and check in your database that you have a user created.
Oh, so users, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, works.
Okay, so
the user is called string and his email is string though, but whatever.
Okay. So that
yeah. So quite often when we have like the task distributed out to a lot of people like this, you have to do like little hacks like this, and the stuff that you just created in your task table is going to be gone the next time you clear the database.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to have some seeds in there so people don't have to mess around with this all the time.
Okay. Yeah. So then my issue is done. Maybe then we can merge it.
Good work. Nice.
Oh yeah. Yes, I can do that. Yeah. I can do that. Maybe somebody else can. Yeah, I've implemented them today morning. I have to just resolve the conflict.
Okay, assume we're going to pass and soon. Or does anybody check?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me at home?
Yes, it's all right. Just had a little bit of feed, but it's gone now.
Zaki, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's fine. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you say something again?
Yeah, you're okay?
Okay, perfect. Okay. I'm Assume. Can you hear us? Assume, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay?
Sorry that I'm late. Yeah. I just lost an uncle, so it was sorry about that.
That's fine. We were just going through your QR endpoint.
Yeah, I have a question about that also.
Okay. Do you want to demo that so we can identify what's left and we can...
about the QR point or about this treasure hunt page? QR. So I need to start
that comes first. Yeah.
Okay. I need to start that.
Can you share your screen?
Just a moment because it's not. Yeah. So you need me to run the Swagger?
No, I need you to share your screen.
Yeah, I tried that. And you cannot see my screen?
No, it said that you were starting to share your screen, but it never came up.
Okay, that's weird. Should I do it again?
Please.
Yeah, try again.
Okay. The screen, and then choose this one and share. How about now? No?
No, still nothing.
Okay. Why it's happening?
Are you using the app or you're directly in the browser?
No. I'm using an app.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I'm sorry. Slack is on app. Meeting is in the browser. Should I install?
Yeah, maybe it's worth trying to install the app. But maybe you can do, Daniel. Maybe we should continue with someone else while she does that.
Yeah. Yes. It's a better idea.
Yeah. Who's next in line? In the list? We have Lucha. Let's go, Lucha. Let's not. Moving on. Come on. Share your screen.
And is she in the room or at home? Because make sure to switch microphones.
I'm gonna pass her the microphone then.
Yep.
No sound. Can you hear me, Daniel? Daniel?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear.
Okay, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Lucia.
No. Hello.
Yeah, it's good.
No. It's
Okay.
where I have it? Down there? Oh, guys, Jesus Christ. Please. I have it here open.
No, yeah, open it. That's the first mission. Open that.
How can I
Try
open?
that. Just stop the link. Yes. Okay.
It's not red.
Okay. Can you hear him, Zaki? Can you hear?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes, you can. Okay, but we cannot hear Zaki. Can you say something again?
Yeah, I'm saying something.
Yes, perfect. Okay.
Daniel, you're gonna hate me if I give a comment like that. Sorry. Sorry.
So I have to change hats all the time. That's very confusing, but that's the way it is.
So everyone is there? People can hear me? No?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay. Git branch. And we're gonna demo the endpoint, right? So my task while I do this, as I was explaining, I have to bring all the current games instance that are going on from Swagger, okay? And I'm gonna close this terminal from the help and bring a new one. So, git checkout. future game instances. And perfect. Cool. So I'm going to run that. This was my task. I have a comment that I don't think it's related to what I have done itself, but it's from news. This comment, I have no idea what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I don't know if you know, but async await is kind of like just a nicer way to write promises.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just commenting that maybe we should have a code style where we just do it one way rather than doing promises some places and async await some other places. And I agree, but I don't think it's a priority to change it right now.
Okay. Migration. Can I move this thing from? Yes. So much. Control. Where are the controllers? Okay, yeah. So I have done it here. And it's working, but Daniel made a comment that I couldn't review yet, which is true. Is that I need to bring it all, right? I need to bring all the game instance. But what I didn't apply is a filter. You did it. It's about the filtering, which are the games that are currently going on.
Yeah, but
that's why I got the 2 approvals, but I didn't merge it because I need to change that.
But there's something wrong here. I think can I see your Swagger again?
Yeah, something happened.
Because it's just outputting like the query rather than saying that you have no instances or you have this many instances. It should give you back like a array of
yeah, and it actually did before because I reviewed this one with Orhan in a study group.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Have a quick look at your
game instant. You know why? Because we have made an addition for the foreign key on user ID in game instance. I think it was that.
Yeah. I think what's happening is probably that it's failing on the backend, but somehow you have it set so it's giving a 200 code back, and the 200 code means that it succeeded. So now it's just giving you the error message right there. Probably something like that. What happened? So there's a problem with it.
I think there was some additions in the because I've been testing all of it.
Yeah.
Instance. And this complains that see.
Unknown column game instance foreign key.
Yeah, is on clause. But in game instance, I don't have a foreign key yet. But I think that is because it's pending from another person's PR.
Okay.
Right? So maybe, did someone have the foreign key for game instance?
So maybe that's worth checking if it works in develop, because maybe we just need to merge in develop to get that.
But there's someone that was. Oh no! Wait. Yeah, no, I don't have. I think it's an. No, but we don't have seats for game instance, right? You told me not to do them. It's not about the seats. It's about I don't have in my computer. I don't have the foreign key for the user, and I think it was added in the DB, right? Just a second.
But I think you're looking at the users table, and the foreign key needs to be on the game instances table.
Can you come again, please?
you're looking at the users table, but the foreign key is actually on the game instances table.
Yeah. But this is, can you see the diagram?
That's the one we're talking about. But in your MySQL Workbench, you were looking at the users table. No, maybe you're not.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
sorry.
looking at game instance. It's okay.
Sorry, yeah. So you're missing that one.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's not working because I'm missing that one, and that is okay because that should be finished once we merge it. Someone was doing it.
But you can't merge yours before this is working. So if that's what you need, then you need to wait for whoever's merging this one and then merge developing to your branch. But make sure that someone is actually working on it, because otherwise I would do it as part of your PR.
Okay, perfect. I can do that. But I have a question that is related to what Daniel said. Oh, it's really uncomfortable. Can I move this thing? No. Okay. I need the top part to go. Can you see? Yeah. Can you see how Daniel said, how are you validating if the game is ongoing or it's finished? And we talk about this, and I didn't come back to it, so it's my fault, that we have a delete field in the database, but you said we are not going to delete it.
Yeah, but that's deleted. I'll do rephrase on what I'm going to say to the mic, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you make sure if the game is ongoing?
Exactly.
Ongoing is not deleted.
So.
And finished game is not deleted.
Okay, Daniel is just asking me, how am I going to refer to a game that it's ongoing, right? And we don't have any fields on that, so we need to make one more modification in the database. And we need to have one option that says going or finish, right? Okay, so then, just a second. I'm going to need to add a new field for the DB in the game instance. And that has to be, how would you call it?
Finish.
Huh?
Finish, yes or no?
Boolean, finish, yes or no? Okay.
Just finish, right?
Yes. Okay, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it on a Boolean. And then I want to check the game instance. In this new game instance, we have the foreign key that it's being added. That's why I didn't do it.
That's another point, right?
No, wait. Yeah. And then why is this the name? Because I remember I reviewed that. Add new field, game timer, no? I am so sure that I see that. Well, okay, I will do it. No problem. I will add the foreign key user ID. User ID. In the game instance, someone was adding a foreign key to it. And I remember because I reviewed that. So. Mm-hmm. For the foreign keys. So John is referring that Creedy himself and Mohammed were working on that, but these peers have been already merged.
If it's been merged, you can maybe just try to merge develop into your branch and see if everything's working.
Yeah. Okay, I can do that on my own, which is not that we need to sort it out. All right.
Can you go to code? Can you show it?
Yeah.
Because if it's closed and not merged, why?
Go
to code. So code, you're in the tab pull request. So like migration, server migration.
Source server migration, yeah.
Where's the game instance? Okay. Okay, so it's there.
But there's no foreign key.
Okay.
That's my point. Foreign key to user ID.
Yeah, so that's a developer, and so it looks like it won't help to develop.
Sorry?
You're on the develop branch right now, so it seems like it's not done on the develop branch unless it's hiding inside one of the other one of the other migrations there.
Okay.
So it probably won't work to merge develop. So if someone's working on it, then it's out there floating in a PR somewhere, or maybe they closed that PR and that should have been merged, or
okay. But this
maybe
is what
someone's
I want
not
to
looking.
explain. Look at the game instance in the database. I have these two fields.
Yeah.
Right? And I knew someone was working on it because I reviewed it and I was following the case.
Okay.
I will do it. Yeah, I will do it. I will do it, no problem. So game instance, correct the database. Yes. Can I ask before we share why we can't merge the seats yet? They still open.
We can. Because in my class, I have to get the actual answer.
No, but there is game instance. Game source.
Okay.
Game instance is mine. Game instance, yeah. Can I talk about that?
Sound, please. Okay, let's move on because then we start with the discussions and it's difficult to catch up. Masoom, can you?
Yes.
Yes.
I tried, maybe don't, I couldn't find the application for Linux, so I try again with the web. Sorry about the.
Let's check the seeds at the end of the class. Yeah.
So you can see my screen now? No?
Unfortunately not.
No.
I can hear you.
I was able to see Matsume's screen.
You
Was it only me? Are you sharing now? Yeah, I can see
Okay.
Yeah.
screen
Okay.
now.
So you can see it. Okay.
Guys, I'm sorry, but this is something to start before the class. I'm really a little bit on edge today. This is something that you should all think about in class or before class. Masoom,
Yes.
can you
Can
share?
I start with? Yes. I tried, and Bengi told me that she can see my screen. So.
But I think, isn't she sharing her screen right now? I'm looking at Linux with Daniel's face on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to bring the browser to your. Can you open the browser on your computer?
Yeah, I opened it and
Yeah.
Maybe you're sharing a
shared it
desktop or
before.
just the WebEx window. Please stop sharing, and when you
Daniel, I think it's you who are wrong, because I think you just need to select her as the source that you're showing, because I can see her screen.
I can also see her screen.
Exactly what are you saying?
I say that you just need to select her, so you're seeing her, because I'm looking at her screen right now.
Me too.
And Masoom, maybe navigate to something else in the WebEx code, because that makes it a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
What do you see on your screen, Masoom?
I see Zaki, and now I see you.
Yeah, but you're sharing your screen. Then
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Just other things, yeah, to share it, yeah.
Should I start? Okay. My
yes
issue was about to creating QR code endpoint for the game instance and provide a unique QR code for that. And yeah, if you look at the trigger, I have it here. But the problem is that table is not exist yet, game instance, because it was our group to do it, but yeah, if I try it, you can see that I have it here and it's successfully work. And here also. And if I show the postman, we can see that it's, if I send for example, 2, it's also saying that there's a problem with the foreign key game ID game sense. And the review that I had it from the Ricardo says that there is no foreign key, but it's because there is no table yet there. But if you look at the diagram, you can see that, and as we discussed it last week, I had a foreign key game ID from the game instance to the game factory. So do you need me to do anything else?
Yeah, it's essentially the same problem as Lucha is running into.
Yes.
So I think first step is to figure out who's supposed to make that foreign key. Is that something
it was our groups, but it was with Mohammed PR, but it was me, Kriti, Mohammed, and John.
Okay. So is there a PR open for it, or what's the status on this?
I think that it was a PR open, and then for some reason Mohammed had to close it. Okay. And maybe we can talk after the class, our group again to the.
Yeah. So if you can just take ownership to make sure that specific thing gets done, and maybe it needs to go out in a separate PR. Maybe there's just needs something to happen to get the existing PR approved or whatever. Just make sure that happens. And if you need to test something and that goes for all of you, when you're getting into these situations where you kind of stuck with the database because someone else is doing the migration for that, you can kind of do a little bit the same as I was showing before with Swati, where we were just adding a record in the database directly from MySQL Workbench. So you can just go in MySQL Workbench and you can create a foreign key, and then you can test your stuff, and then that thing gets deleted the next time you run up your database.
Yeah. Actually, I had done that, but the comment that I received on GitHub based on review is that there is no foreign key for this.
Because then the person who's
there is based on the last available version of the diagram on the page. I can see there is. You can see.
Yeah. So sure, but the problem is the person who's reviewing it takes your code and runs it locally and determines that there's something missing in there and just okay, it doesn't work. And that of course means that actually you shouldn't be creating a PR until that other one is actually merged, right?
Yeah.
But you can still test your stuff by making a mock, so to speak. So you just create something in MySQL Workbench.
Okay.
But it is a big problem that everyone is we have all these connections in the database and everyone's doing different things.
Yeah.
And that's just this phase of the project. You just need to talk together a lot and figure out who has the responsibility to make sure that this happens. It is really difficult.
So we talk with our groups to make it happen as soon as possible. And about that comment, should I just explain that, or what should I do for the GitHub?
I guess just post in there that this PR is waiting for that foreign key to get merged.
Yes.
Technically, you can make that PR into a draft one, but I'm not sure you need that if you have the comment there. It just needs to be clear that that PR is not currently ready to be merged. It's waiting for something else.
Yeah, thank you.
What PR are we waiting for?
Okay. Should I do anything else or stop sharing?
Can you hear me, Masoom?
Yes. What? Yeah.
What is the foreign key that you're waiting for?
Foreign key for game factory. It's as I see, it's a foreign key game ID that is the ID for game factory.
Okay, yeah, but please, like Zaki said, comment, but don't say I'm waiting for a foreign key. You need to, I'm waiting for this foreign key, and if you identify the PR where it was closed, mention that so we can figure out, so we can have a little clue,
Yeah.
a little.
I try to put them as detailed as I can.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
that's it. Can I stop sharing and give the floor to another?
Yes, let's go with John now.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
We need to.
Okay.
And those things, anyways.
Should I? Yeah. Share my screen.
We haven't heard anything else.
This is. Yes.
It's not an easy
I'm
fix.
there.
I'm for request draft for request.
Yes, I will start with the question. What that mean? I'm waiting.
Are they waiting? Are they hearing you?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Hold them up, please.
It's up.
Yeah, the audio is fine.
Okay. So what that mean? I'm waiting for foreign key because now I can check that Kriti will create a game score with foreign key. Is it what we mean or Lucha or?
No, game score is one.
Yeah, exactly. But
and I think.
And here we have the foreign key for game instance. So this is what we were looking for. Is it?
I need to send her a private message. You start to
Just to clear for everyone because even Masum, I think.
I understand that we have to take ownership of our tasks. We can't all take ownership of one. So you can text to them. I want to hear about it.
Okay.
That's 6.2.
I have a task for endpoint. I have to select the all.
No, you have a game scores table, and let's go through that one.
This one, you mean? This is the old one.
Yes.
This is.
I want to merge that one. What's going on with that one?
Here we have a conflict, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Or not conflict. It's not checked successfully. Here we have with creations. Yeah. And where's it? Yeah. This is the only one because we don't know. It was two table inside one PR. Then creating she create two PR. One game instance it's already merged or it's already closed with full successfully check, and the other one, the other table, it's a game instance which is giving the same error here. So this is what we have for this table.
Which one is running?
Games go. I think that's here.
It's the diagram, right? What's the migration?
Yeah, I think this game instance came first before the
in your file.
Yeah.
This is the file on the field, right?
Yeah.
Creating the file. Show me that. Okay, that's the error. Show me the file.
The file?
That's changed, right?
Should I just...
Have game instance, what do you do with game instance? You have the unmovable.
Yeah, only, and I changed this 10 time.
Times 10, yeah. That's something that you read.
Yeah. And the other one, it's game scores. We have
Again, not nullable, like or why that?
That is the thing. Something is trying to do here. Foreign keys should, once the field is created, we need to add it as a separate file. Just for creating the foreign key, add in a new column and open that. That's what we usually do. So I think what happened here is that they try to modify the file directly. And into next we can, for adding a new column, we need to make a new file. That makes sense?
no, I didn't get you.
Zaki, can you hear me?
Do you open your voice?
Can you hear me, Zaki? Zaki?
Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. I couldn't hear what Lucio was saying, but I can hear you clearly.
Raise your volume and you're the responsible for the volume.
One more time.
On his mic.
Yeah, can you? Should I talk?
No, ask him what was he saying?
Yeah, what did you say, Zaki?
I just said that I could not hear what Lucio was saying, but Daniel is clear and you're clear as well.
Okay. You want to ask the question again, or?
Yeah, please ask the question again.
Actually, I also, can you hear me, Zaki?
Yeah, it's fine.
I also faced the same problem. Actually, when we are working on a table which was created by another person, and when we are working on it, when we want to create a new field called foreign keys, then we cannot do it on the same migration file. We have to write a separate migration file only for that foreign key and put it inside. We have to reference it to the table in which we want to put the foreign key into and do it like that.
Oh yeah, now I understand what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, so the problem here is that you can see these. What you're doing here is you're editing a existing migration, and you can't do that. You always have to add new migrations on top of the old ones, right? So what you need to do when you need to make a here in this case you need to add the not nullable part. What you need to do is instead of using Connect Schema Create Table, you need to make an entirely new migration, and then you need to use the call that's called alter table, and then you're changing an existing table, so you don't need like all the stuff on line 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. You only do like that one part where you say alter table, then you say it's the foreign key user ID, and then you say that one needs to be not nullable. So it's just like with the migrations, they're layering on top of older migrations, because you can never change a migration that has been shared on GitHub. You can change a migration that has only been on your own local computer, provided that you delete your database in between each run. So you make sure that it's in a clean state always.
So I have a question, Zaki. So is it a good idea that we ask the person who created this table to add the foreign key, or should we do it in a separate migration ourselves?
It doesn't matter who is doing it. If the migration has been shared on GitHub, you cannot change that migration file. Old migration files that are shared on GitHub should always be treated as read-only. And then whoever is making the change, then who is making the new migration on top of that, that's just a matter of how you want to collaborate. In some cases, it might be better that it's the same person doing it because maybe they know the table better. The biggest problem is if two people are doing it, that means that two people are creating new migrations and you cannot delete the migrations once they have been merged. So that can get a little bit annoying, right? And if maybe one of them is doing a mistake but the idea is you always have to do new changes in new migration files.
I think I can help John with that maybe after the call. I know what the problems I can have.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So if you open the Slack, I send you the link when we work with Stripe for that. On our top. I sent you that, I think it was Wednesday.
This is
No, the last conversation we had. That one. Actually, it's this one, right? Because I refer it to her on how to add the new migration. So you can use that one.
okay.
Yeah, you can see here it uses it's not using create table, it's used knex.schema.table, and then it's just going in and adding not null and default. There are some cases where you need to use alter table instead of table, and I'm not sure. It's something to do with, like, in MySQL you have a syntax called alter, where it will like it will tag something with like an alter. And in those cases, you need to use the alter table in Knex. Otherwise, you can just use this one .table. But the create table is only the very first time when you're actually creating the table. And then from then on, you will probably be editing the table. So you do something that looks like this.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. And I have tested the endpoint.
That's another PR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's another PR. What is the PR about? What is the issue? So everybody can.
Yeah, the PR, we need to select the all player.
Sure, don't get, so everybody can identify what they're talking about.
Yeah. Create endpoint that lists all users. We need to select the all users who plays the game and get the scores and sort them. Yeah. So now I have created this endpoint and name it as select all users. We can test it here. It's cute. And I have created 2 tables for seats just to show, to be able to see the results here. So in my code here, we need to select the game score or the foreign key ID and the scores itself. And I create the seats as a dummy. Here, I have just created 4. Yeah, it's just for test. Now I can get 2 because I have put it for only 2 to be selected here, limited as only 2 to be selected. But I'm not sure if we need to choose for 2 or 3, or we need to select all the users.
What is the test?
Select all the users.
Okay, so that's actually interesting because generally when the call is called get all users, right? So we do need to get all users, but it's interesting that you're using the limit one, because that's actually what you generally should do. You should never actually just like take every single record from the database, because if you have like 50,000 records or 100,000 records or something like that, that single call there could maybe like make the database slow for 5 minutes or something like that, and that could like cause a lot of problems. So generally when you do this in production in a larger application, you always make sure that you maybe have a limit of 50 or something like that, and then you do something called pagination, where when you say get all, it actually says get all, and then you have to supply like I need to get the first 50 and then the next 50 and then the next 50 and next 50 and so on and so on. We're not going to spend time on doing pagination on these things for now, because we know pretty well that we're probably not going to have that much data. So you can just remove that limit query there. And that means, so in that case, we're getting everything. I think maybe Knex has like an upper limit. So Knex will put in a constraint where it's set to something, and I don't know if it's 5,000 or something like that. You can set that somewhere. So Knex will kind of like say well as if we end up having like a lot of data in there. But
Zaki, that's the detail.
Yeah.
The detail is that the task is not get all users.
Exactly. So it's get all users. So that means do it without the limit one. So that's the way it is now.
Say again?
Yes. Yeah. So by removing the limit keyword, now the task is correct.
Yeah, and
I think that
no, the task is not correct.
It's done. Why?
Why it's not correct?
Open the issue that I did. That's your PR. I want 86. Where are you validating that it is?
Okay.
I understand. No.
All the users.
Yeah, all the users. We need to select all the users.
Did they play a game? The users that you selected, did they play a game?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Exactly. You have to validate.
Okay.
How are you going to do that? That's another problem. But
so we need another foreign key or another.
I would explain. Let's assume we have 10 players.
Yeah.
5 of them finish the game, so they are able to go to that leaderboard.
Yeah.
You need to select that players who already finished that game, not all the users. The user, maybe there are 100 users, they are still in the current game, but they are not finished.
Okay.
So you have to select the user who's finished. When you and Lucia, you were talking about adding game finished. Mm-hmm. So after you're adding this, you have the ability to choose the user who has finished the game to be shown in the leaderboard. Correct me. Correct? Is it correct?
Yeah, but how we can know that, because we already sort or we get this depend on the scores. So who have the scores? It's supposed to be finished, right? Or
because you can be halfway to the game. So you can have scores, but you cannot finish the game. So I'm gonna add a field to the instance that is called finish, and it's gonna be true or false, and that's gonna be your parameter.
Yeah. Okay. So where it should supposed to be added?
I will add it to the game instance.
Game instance. Okay. So
then you will know.
Fine. Okay. Now clear.
Makes sense?
Yeah. Different.
So you have to communicate.
Yes.
But I would like you guys to make an effort to do it in class. Or else it's gonna be later, but it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then
Okay.
Okay, next one.
Fine. Okay. So
should I take it or anyone else?
John, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop presenting. What are you gonna do? Stop your microphone and lower your phone. I'm sorry I have to do it like this because let's do it fast.
Should I start or someone else?
Hey, can you hear me at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Amir, just a second. Yeah. Is it your? Is the next one? Amir.
I don't know. The next one.
Okay, just a second. Okay, so we had John, and John talked about the table and about his endpoint. Then we have Kirti. We're going to pass Kirti. Priyanka. Are you ready to? Okay. Yeah, endpoints, all users. Is it that? No, that's what John presented. It's endpoint for possible answers of a specific question. 125.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Volume up. And share your screen.
So this was my endpoint, and which demands to list the possible answer of a specific question. Everybody can hear me, right?
Sure, it's fine.
So here is my endpoint, and I will open my code. Oh no, I need to run it. So I will just explain here what I'm doing. I'm getting all the possible answers here. So I selected answer text and FK question ID, where FK question ID is given ID. So I am sorting all the answers where given ID is the question ID. Here, if I open it and try it out, here I will say, let's show me all the answer options for question number 1. So it will not show me anything because I don't have anything in my database. Yeah, actual answers. Just a But is that okay if I don't show it without any database? Only the query here?
I would like to see if you have I tested.
You tested mine?
Yeah, they when I put the seed.
Yeah, I was testing so many PRs. So I was working with so much, so I deleted mine, my table. Answer choices.
If you go into demo and you need this, please insert right away. Now it's a little bit too late, right? But
yeah.
You should have done that a little bit before.
Yeah.
That's fine. So just one, the other one.
Should I start with my another one?
No, I would like to see
Okay.
You can wait 1 minute more for you to find
Okay. Yeah.
the right query. Explain the code what you do so they don't lose track of what you do. John, what she is doing that. You create a new branch on your computer, right? You start committing, you have the commits, and then you make a PR for this, right? Proof of one review is merge. This merge means that it's developed once the commitment is all the code that you have on the merge. Yeah, right? And this is definitely developed plus the commitment number one, the commitment two. And then this is merged. Just make this issue that both your outputs. That's your goal. So you need to ensure it is measured. So it measured. So you understand this? Yeah. It's developed plus the commits that you did on your branch. Sure. You have your branch locally, or it could be locally, or it could be a given. This branch has commits. You want to, you make a PR, and the PR goes. Yeah. This is already on the right? Yeah, we're going to use the program.
Because I created anything.
Associated with the PR is always a branch, right? Yeah. This is the way to change. Yeah.
Okay, can you use an ID?
When you merge, the default is developed. The default could be another branch. No. Oh, okay. But what we settled for this project is that the default is developed. Yeah.
Why are you not checking? Okay. Sorry.
That's the goal. Then it could be another branch. Oh, okay. I could.
Oh, and setting to wrong. Answer choices.
See how the branch is.
Exactly over there. I just had small control.
I can't manage online and presential.
Saki, are you there?
Yeah.
It's Lucia here. I just got a question.
Okay.
Can I have more than one foreign key? You know that we need to make the new file to add the foreign keys on an existing table, right?
Yeah.
Can I add more than one foreign key, or I need to do one file for each column?
No, you can do more things in one file. I would say generally, if it's stuff that's unrelated, I would do it in multiple files.
I'm gonna do one file to add all the foreign keys and another one to add the finished field.
I mean, you can. I mean, if you have a PR where you're just like adding 5 different foreign keys, maybe just do it in one file. I don't know. I'm just thinking a little bit about like people go to a migration and expect to find something, and then it's maybe good to have like one migration only be dealing with one table. But honestly, I don't think it matters much. And I mean, if you have multiple migration files, there's like more risk of one of them going wrong or something like that. So maybe it's a good idea to just keep it in one file.
Okay, but I'm just adding foreign keys to the same table.
I missed the last thing you said. Foreign key to what?
It's foreign keys to the same table.
Perfect. Do it in the same file. For sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a million.
Daniel, it will take time because I need to put all the foreign keys first so that it will be available for my answer choices. Okay. So yeah, if somebody next.
I have seats already.
You have to ask me on.
I either can take you or I can send her on.
Yeah.
I'll even waste time in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why we can use the seats I test them, I did ever.
We can, but we're testing it locally anyway. But that the same people doing the run TV setup. But I want to merge them today.
Perfect.
But it's not completed yet. The seat it's not completed. We still need many
changes. There is 3 tables we're not going to have in the seats.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Priyanka and you. Yeah. Let's move on with the class or else.
Give me the data.
This is seats. I have example.
But you know what?
Can you hear me at home?
What?
Yeah.
You're not presenting anymore. Okay. Okay, Mohammed at home or Bengu? Someone else? We're going to skip Priyanka while she fixes the insert table. Some data, some auth data to test her endpoint. Bengu?
Hello.
Yeah, do you want to present now?
I mean, I didn't have a backend task.
No, but what was your last task?
My last task was the QR code reader, and it is merged already.
Okay. Do you want to present that to the class? Or have you started with your page, with your front-end page?
Yeah, so I have a question regarding that. Because I couldn't find the endpoint to reach to my create page app.
Yeah. Can you try to move a little bit, move the microphone in a different way? Because we're hearing you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because I have a Bluetooth one, so it is not the one that is like movable. But is it clear now? The sound?
A little bit better.
Okay.
But you were saying you couldn't find the endpoint to work with your page?
Yes. And I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe it's not merged yet. Maybe it doesn't exist. I need to.
Maybe. So maybe Mohammed can go first, and I set up my microphone. Maybe it's better because I can also hear myself now.
Okay.
If it's all right.
That's fine. Yeah. We'll leave someone else.
Okay.
Mohammed, Mektis, who wants to present?
If Magdas did, it's okay. It's okay. I can wait until Magdas she finished.
You can do it, Mohammed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I will share my screen.
Yeah. By the way, Mohammed, we should be reaching the 50 minutes, so we might cut you off, but let's see.
Okay.
Just be ready for it. So you have 2 PRs, right? One to add the field. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
It's okay. So I will start from here. No, it's not here. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. This is my task. It's to create a new game instance that is associated to the existing game factory. So what I want to do here in my task there are game factory here. There are games inside game factory. So I want to make a new game that related to game. It's already in game factory. So what I need before I started. So just a minute. I will go. Okay, here. So it's here, and also with my task, it's need to show the time. The task, if it's with the time or with the timer or without the timer. So in the tables, in all the tables, we doesn't have any timer here. It's in database. So at the first, I create a field or migration to add. A timer inside a game score.
Can you show us that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to that one.
Yes.
But you have it in Git as well, right? It's called add new field game timer.
Yeah,
it's right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I create a two BR, one for the add a field game timer to game scores, and another for my task. So this is the first one. So if I go file changed, so here, so I just add the time, the game timer to the game scores in this code. So now we know the timer it's stored in the game scores. So after that, we should start with our task, with my task. So I do it in this way. So this is the second.
But wait a little bit.
Okay.
You have some comments from Lucia and
yeah, exactly. So we can talk about that. Yeah. Here, Lucia, she said. Okay, she said the format of the key, the table, it's not to be integrate. So I change it to it's not change it. Before that, I don't know which format I should do, and after that, I change it to the format the time. So I change it to the time instead of integer.
Yes.
So this is the first comment with the Lucia.
Yeah.
So I come back to okay. So it's cleaned. I think that.
Okay.
So, and Niels he asked me to. Okay, he asked me to because at the first I don't write callback to my code. So after that, I forget at the first I forget that, and after that I do it, so I can show that rollback. It's a rollback here. At the first, it was here just drop a table. So this migration doesn't have any rollback. So with this line 9, so it has rollback now. So it's solved also.
Okay, so you have everything that you need for the answer.
Exactly. Yeah, for these answers, and also, and I don't close this conversation because if anyone he want to continue with configuration with the conversation, so it's welcome with you.
Yeah, so Lucia has a comment on that.
Where? Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Hi, Mohammed.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi.
The only thing that I was thinking. It's how are we going to calculate the time? Because you're putting the format, but my question is how are we going to calculate the time that the user is playing?
That's on the game logic.
That's on the game.
Yeah. For this specific PR, it's just to add the field. That's the first one. But let's see his endpoint. On the database, you can't do anything. Yeah. Okay. But Zaki, do you have any comments on this one?
Yeah. Okay.
Not really.
No.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see any reason not to merge this one.
Okay, should I do that or?
Is there a review missing? Because otherwise I can just go and review it now.
Yeah, okay. It's 145.
145.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll have a quick look at it, make sure everything runs on my computer, and then I'll approve it.
Yeah.
Daniel, should I close the conversation?
Yeah, it's fine. Yes. Okay, and then we go back to your PR.
Yeah, okay.
Your PR, your endpoint.
Is it the second one? It's this. In this, I have some questions, so I can say that now. Okay, this is my task. So we talked about that. So just we need to create a new game instance that associated to the game factory. So this is my code here. Okay, I get some feedback from Ricardo. And yeah, it's
the same, right? You already presented that part, right?
Yeah, it's sorted also.
Yeah. And so, what else do you have there?
I'm sorry.
What else do you have there?
With where?
Yeah, on reviews, do you have any other comments?
No. He just also asked me to remove this game instance, game timer, but it's needed because this reviews it's the same here.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. And also he asked me, I don't know where can I see it. I saw it before. Maybe he deleted. I think maybe not here. Because he asked me also to make next year. So I think he deleted. Okay. So he asked me to make a middleware. So I created also because I think he deleted the conversation, or I don't know. I can't see it anymore. Maybe I can see it here. Yeah, exactly. It's here. So this is the code before. He asked me to about this status at bad request. So he told me at every time Swagger he will respond with the bad bad request if there are something wrong. So he just asked me to make another thing. So I made a middleware. So with this, so I can come back to here. I made this middleware to show what the problem. So it's okay with this.
Can we see it running on your machine?
Yeah. Okay. So just okay. Now I will close this. This.
Okay, and then we are missing you, and next is online, right? Maybe we have time for one more, and then just do that. Bingo hesitant, so it's 4 people. So that's why I want, and not start like 3 people conversation because time runs really fast.
Yeah, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is the code what I want to show it. So it's here, and also this is Swagger here.
Okay. So again, for everybody, what are you doing? You're creating an instance, right?
Yes, I created an
instance. Can you show us on the database what happens?
Okay, it's in database or in Swagger?
Yeah, and Swagger, and then show us the end result on
okay. So it's here. So I just want to choose the users, for example, 1 or 2 or 1 or anyone, and the timer it's inside, for example, 5 minutes, for example, and executed that, and I get successful here, and I get also the response here. It's okay. It's fine. It's posted. And if I go, and if I go,
instance table.
I'm sorry.
Show us the game instance table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you see here, this is the table, the game I inserted.
Mohammed, I'm confused. Isn't that the scores?
Yes, exactly. That's what I want to do. What I want to talk about that now.
I'm sorry. No, Mohammed. Show us the game instances.
Game instances. It's here. It's
okay. What happened? Aren't you creating a new game instance? That table doesn't have any data. What happened there?
Okay, that's what I want to talk about that before. But just a minute, let me say something. In my code here, if you remember when we talked to that with the chatting, so we create a game timer, because the game timer is stored in game scores. So I just get from the game score. I inserted a game score, user ID, and the gamer time. I think I do it in this way, but I thought I'm not believe with this solution, because I do it with another way, but I'm not tested before. If you go there, so this is what I want to make. For this, I don't test it because now I make it. So
I'm going to stop you there.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Open on the DB diagram. Open the table.
Yes,
that's the game instance. Not there. I want to see it on the DB diagram, because it's clearer there.
DB diagram.
Yeah. You know that the DB diagram exists for a reason.
That's it.
Yeah. For example, there's a new field, and I don't see anyone saying, "Oh, the DB diagram doesn't have a timer."
Yeah, it's here.
One in the class saying that, and that's a sort of proof. Okay, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Game instance. Can you zoom in on game instance?
Game instance. Yes, it's here.
Yes. Okay, so when you create a game instance,
yes,
you have to fill in those fields, right?
Yes.
A game instance is when you start a game that already has like a template from the game factory.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay, continue.
Okay, and then I only see you stamping two fields on the endpoint. How are the other ones going to be filled in?
Okay. What can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. What I understand before that, because some relation between tables, I don't understand it very well. But what I understand in this my task. So if I say just a minute, I will clear this. Okay, in this way, what I understand in this my task, I want to take a timer from here. It's stored here. Yes.
Let me stop you.
Yeah. Okay.
You are creating a game instance.
Yeah, exactly. But
No, please.
Yeah, continue.
When you create a game instance, you're creating a new game. There's no score. The score is 0.
Yes.
So by default, you can of course create a new line on game scores, but that's going to be 0. That's not a big. You don't have to worry so much about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do, because you have to insert a foreign key, and you have to insert a record on the other field. So you're kind of right about mentioning that game score table. Go ahead.
So I think now we want a foreign key in game instance that related to scores here.
Yes, you're right. You have to create a new record there.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about that because at the first I understand what I thought we want to get a new game here. So after that, and it's okay now, we want to make a new foreign key here, and after that we take the foreign key from here and from here, so we make a new game this way.
Yes.
Yeah, that, yeah. If I can show you, I'm sorry. Okay. That's what I created here. Game instance with foreign key, the game foreign key with the game timer. But this, what I told you now, I don't test it before because I don't create a seat for this to comfortable with this solution. So that what I think this is the solution of my task. That's it. Is that right?
Where's the create date? Where's the update date?
I'm sorry?
Delete date. You have a bunch of other fields. Where are they being stamped or inserted?
This?
No. Pull that window to the side so we can see both things.
Okay. Here. Here you mean?
No, yeah. I want to see the other window as well.
Okay. Big two.
Yeah. Pull it to the side. You see? Let me check if I can draw.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I draw? Okay. Can you see that you have? Where's the user here? On your VS Code.
The user.
The user.
The user. No user here.
No user. Okay. One missing. Where's the game ID? You have game ID. Where's the game scores?
This is. No game scores.
No game scores. Two missing. Where's the create date and the update date and the delete date?
Doesn't have it.
Okay. Do you see?
Yes.
You're missing some fields then.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about the logic that you explained with the game scores and creating the instance. It's a new game. You understood that, but you have to make that. You have to actually make that happen. You have to create it, and you have to include all the fields.
If I understand you as well, so I want to just a minute. So this, this field, it should be in my code. All this, and also the game beside the game timer FK.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And some of them will be. Let's imagine someone is creating the game, right? So the parameter of your endpoint is already the user ID.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the score is something that you will have to create. So that's not a parameter. That's an insert statement on another table.
Okay.
For example. But you're creating a new instance, so all the fields on that table have to be created or have to be filled in. Maybe some of them will be null, like the delete date.
Okay.
You haven't deleted, you're creating, so it doesn't make sense to fill in that. But the create date, you have to stamp it with the date the date time that you create the game. The update, we decided that it's the same date that is being updated, so create is also an update.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that. Yeah.
Okay. And is it easy or is it a lot of work?
No, it's easy. Maybe I can do it now in the lunch time. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
To present?
I'm sorry?
Do you have anything else to present?
No, I don't think that. Yeah.
No. Okay. We'll give the word to Priyanka here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Should I present or?
Yeah, or you or Priyanka.
Oh, I don't know.
Are you ready, Bengu?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, let's take you instead then.
Okay.
Can you share your
screen? The screen now. Okay.
Please give a summary of what you
not this one, but this one I finished already. and it is a QR code reader. It looks like this. And in the storybook, I have two options. If there's an error or the user doesn't allow for camera to work, I can click on allow, and then there's an error showing up. And if the user allows camera or there is no error, it's right now I have an error because I'm sharing my screen. But usually it works as a car reader here. Since right now I'm already using my camera, it's not working. But it is working in normal life.
Yeah. Okay.
The code has few options like when it is scanned, it saves the data in a result, in a state, and this can be used as a path to route the user to the game instance.
Yeah, I was asking you, has it been merged? Yes.
Yeah, it is merged already. And I have a question regarding this task I have.
Okay.
Here. I have to create this page, but I'm having hard time like connecting to it because when I write AP creating page,
missing. Okay.
It doesn't connect to it because it doesn't exist, kind of.
Yeah, you have a little slash that is missing there.
Oh, okay.
Zakia, are you with us?
Oh, yeah.
Zaki? Yeah, but that's the API Bengu.
Okay, it shouldn't be an API.
No, that's backend. So it's take the API out and try just 3000. Why do you have 3007? Was the project running on 3007?
Yeah, it was running on that before.
Oh, that's Storybook, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, should I run npm run dev or?
Yeah. The project, in order for you to open it in the browser, you have to be running the project, right?
Yeah.
Just make sure that you are. I don't know if you are.
Yeah, maybe it was on Storybook. But I tried on this one too. And it didn't work somehow.
Okay. Let's try step by step to understand. Priyanka, what did you call your page? It's homepage or?
Yeah. Web has crashed.
Yeah, maybe you should check if you have another terminal open and fill the process.
Yeah, it's connecting now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what is I'm away from
it's kind of taking some time.
Google Game Score هون تمام معمول والله ما كان جيم سكور معمول.
Mohammed, we can hear you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't understand your language, but so that's fine.
No, I don't think I don't think I talk anything about it. It's okay. I'm talking with myself.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyhow, I'm back now if you need me.
Yeah, you could hear me calling you.
Yeah, I was like on the toilet, so I had it on on speakers, but I couldn't probably hear you.
You can shout. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're trying to check. We saw Bengu's storybook component about the QR code.
No, I didn't see that either.
No, but that's fine. I'm just telling you what happened, and that part is fine, and it's already merged. So she was just sharing, and now she has a question about the create team page.
Yeah.
We're just opening it to.
It's taking a bit.
Only a dummy page, so we should be able to see a title there.
Mhm. But it is still taking some time to connect to server. I don't know why it's quite slow. Mm. Yeah, it is really taking its time. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, it's compiled finally. Okay, this is the create team page. I mean, it should connect to the one I'm working on, but it is not showing anything. And in the network, it is not. It is successful, but I can't see what I already worked on.
Can you show us the page on your VS Code
Yeah.
file?
Here it is.
Yeah. Can you open the file? Yeah.
Header title. Okay. So try to go to your browser. Do you have the React? The React Dev Tools.
Yeah.
So you can try and see if that component actually gets rendered without you being able to see it if it's broken.
I think I don't have it in this one. I have it in the other browser.
Did you run all the pages on your
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't seem to be using React.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remove the page name and run just the local host. Bengu, can you hear me?
Swati, yes, I can.
Yeah. Can you just remove the page name and just run local host?
I couldn't hear you. Did you say that I should?
I think she wants you to go to the root of the page. So just remove create team page from the URL.
This
in the browser.
In the browser.
Okay. Yeah.
So try to do the React Dev Tools here. Yeah, development build of React. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So somehow the create team page component, the routing is not working right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even getting like hosted by the backends.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I was having a hard time building up since it is Working.
Do you have this on a branch? Because then we can debug it after.
I do it on the
So it's just push your latest changes and post me. And we can have a quick look.
Lucia, is your branch and develop updated? Oh, sorry, Bengu.
What?
Is your branch as well as develop updated the latest changes?
Yeah, I was actually on right now in develop,
Okay.
and now I can check out my own branch.
But Bengu, it's 2 o'clock.
Okay.
It's 2 o'clock. We're gonna have lunch now.
Okay.
And the rest of the people online. And we'll meet at 2:30.
Okay, great.
Is that okay?
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. See you guys in a bit.
See you.
I have a quick comment for Mohammed about his PR. So I just went over it now, and it works perfectly fine. But I actually had some errors in Prettier. So I fixed those, and then I just like merged in the latest develop. I think it should be fine, but I don't know why we still have like Prettier stuff slipping through. That seems strange to me.
Okay. I saw something still not merged on the boilerplate. But we can check that later.
Yeah, but I think it's the same thing that we had before. There's like line endings, because the changes when I ran them, I couldn't see any difference in the diff. So it must be line endings. I hope it's not. Actually, I should probably check, because I'm running this on a different computer than I do normally. So maybe I should just check that the line endings I changed are right.
But can we use this one, or what's the bottom line on this one?
I think the bottom line is that I fixed it for him, and it should be ready now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, the files are changed. They're correct now. They say LF, so that should be good.
Okay. Should we just merge?
Yep, I'm just going to give my approval now. I just need to sign in.
Yes.
And then it should be ready to merge.
Yeah.
Code owner review required. That must be me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one approval. I guess it dismissed the old approval, because I think there was one before. So we need at least one student to review the 145.
Yeah. But can't we just open an exception and just merge it with the admin?
Yeah, I guess. And I can see Nils has approved it already. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just do that.
Yeah, okay.
Let me see. Does the checks, have they run? They have run.
Yes.
Checks are looking good. So it's only the... Yeah. Okay, I measure now.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
I'll see you in half an hour.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you.
Are you going to end the call so we don't run into the time limit? But I don't know. It seems like we're running for 2 hours now. So
exactly. Mohammed, maybe you can end the call or start a new one. I don't know. Have you been recording successfully?
Yeah, it's recorded. Yeah, and that's all. Now I will stop the recording and make another recording when it's finished. The break.
Yeah, do that.
Let's be there.
Cool.
See you guys in a bit.
All right. See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.